Welcome back. Today we get to talk about Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, the second book in the series by Allie Carter. Last week we talked about I'd tell you that I love you but then I'd have to kill you, and this week we are reading the second book. Before I go into any details, I do want to warn you that if you have not read the first book, there will be spoilers. We will be discussing the ending of the first book and how it leads into this one. So if you haven't read the first one and you don't want to have any spoilers, stop now. So, for all of you that are still watching, the ending of the first book was a very shocking turn of events where Cammie breaks up with her first boyfriend Josh, who is a civilian, so to say, from the town that her top secret spy school for girls is located. So she realizes that it's not going to work out with her dating someone who doesn't know the true her. She had so many difficulties trying to find the balance between her spy life and her secret life with Josh, who didn't know about her being a spy. So she decided that she had to break up with him, and in the process of breaking up with him, she is fake kidnapped by her teachers because she has to take her covert operations final, and part of that was her being kidnapped. Unfortunately, Josh sees that and thinks that she's in real danger and tries to save her, but it goes horribly wrong, and the beginning of the book picks up right where they left off, with Cammie being briefed by, I want to say it's the CIA, on what happened and was there any exposure. She does find out that Josh's memory is wiped clean, and so that's a really good opportunity for her to just move forward without the concern of Josh knowing anything or the concern of Josh really wanting to get back together with her. So this is the second semester of her sophomore year, and she gets to go on a mission like on day 2 of the semester. They go to Washington, D.C., and they have to work on their counter surveillance of making sure that no one is following them. So they're working on losing tails if they find that if someone is tailing them. And in this process, she meets another boy. Imagine that. His name is Zach, and she doesn't start talking to him at the beginning of the day when she realizes that he's looking at her, and he's with some other boys, and so she's there with her best friend Bex. Liz decided not to go the field work route and just to do research and development, so she is not with them today. And so Bex and Cammie are thinking, oh my gosh, these cute boys are looking at us and we should go talk to them. Cammie decides not to, but Bex kind of gets caught up in it, and towards the end of the day, she realizes that this boy, who she later finds out his name is Zach, is still looking at her. So she actually ends up talking to him, and oh my gosh, she takes him back to where they're supposed to be meeting and finds out that he's actually a boy spy from a school for boys. So this book takes place with integrating the boys' school with the girls' school. So Zach's school, the Blackthorn Institute, comes and does an exchange program with the Gallagher Academy, and 15 of the boys come and live at the Gallagher Academy just to kind of see if boys and girls can work together in their studies, because they haven't ever had that experience before. So throughout the book, Cammie and her friends, and Cammie, Bex, and Liz have really grown close to Macy, and they've developed a really strong friendship now. So it's the 4 of them, whereas before it was the 3 of them when Macy was still a little outsider from their friend group. They are investigating what is this boys' school all about. And through that process, she finds out all sorts of different things about the boys' school and what it stands for. There's so many questions. Zach is definitely flirtatious with her, but they are not anywhere near dating, and they just have a flirtatious relationship. Cammie feels that she can't ever really get to know him. He's super secretive, and she attributes all of that to him being a spy. but she really wants to get to know him more, and he's just not really giving it back to her. But they do start to work together, and they learn that they can work as a team, and moving it into the next book, we get to find out more about how that works. So stay tuned for that one. So overall, again, very similarly to my thoughts on the first book, it is a great book. It is still that lower reading level, so I get to fly through it as well. So that's super fun for me. Again, I have read this one already also, so I enjoy trying to build up to the end to try and see what happens, even though I already know. And it's just a very fun read. It's enjoyable. There's lots of humor. There's lots of suspense. In this book, we get to find out even more about spy things, because a lot of the first one took place in regards to her relationship with Josh, and so there was more civilian stuff happening. But this one, since Zach is her love interest in this book, and he's a spy, we get to know all kinds of spy things. Again, I'm not positive if they're all true or not, but they all sound so cool and so amazing. And so I just really, really enjoy the book. I would recommend this one to anyone as well. I think it is so fun. I think it is humorous, insightful. I love the book. And so I'm very excited to share the next book with you next week also. So please tune in next week for the third book in the series, and we'll get to dive into that one and have a ball.